Hey, Neil, welcome back. All righty. That ain't the song I wanted to hear. I don't know what it's called. Anybody know what it's called? I don't know what it's called. No, that's not it. No. Why can't I find a song I want? You finding everything but the song I want. That's crazy. We can't find a song I want. Oh, is that it? No. I'm about to give up. Full Moon Empty House? There it is. Snazzy got a link for us. She sent 2 of them. Let me run to the bathroom real quick. Right back, y'all. Oh, crap. here come out. I wanted to hear that song and I missed it. But that's what happened. All right, y'all, I'm back. Snazzy got some links for us to look at. All right, y'all. Since we agreed that we're going to stream from the Minister channel only, I need everybody to make sure they subscribed. And while I got your attention, switch account, Minister. Went to the studio. Let me see here real quick. All right, we're going to change that. How do you change it? How do you change it? I don't see how you change it. All righty, y'all. I want to show y'all something. And it's my fault for being on so many different channels. But now that y'all know what I really receive, I'm the only member. I'm the only channel member. Now, does anybody know how to lower the price? I'm the only member. And the lowest price is $1.99. And you can see YouTube took 50 cents. That's cold. All right. How do I change the levels? All right. We're going to change the levels. I'm trying to figure out how to do it. Edit. Wait a minute. Where's the price at? Where's the price? That's the lowest you can go? I was trying to get it down to 99 cents. No, that's the lowest they let me go. Okay, well, what about this one? Wait a minute, then let me change the price. Why can't I change the price? Anybody know how you change the prices? Okay, well, let's delete the level. Nobody doing it anyway. Delete. I'll get to your links in a second, Snazzy. I don't see how did you change the price? Okay, let's do this then. Ain't it? Edit. Anybody know how to go lower? Okay, well then, can I add a level? It says I can't do nothing. I'm trying to change the levels to make it 99 cents. Anybody know how to do it? Does anybody know how to change the levels? I'm trying to make it 99 cents. Does anybody know how to change the levels? Yeah, I heard we're gonna check it in a second, Snazzy. Since we're gonna be on the Minister channel, I was hoping that people would come invest in the membership. Now that y'all know how much I actually get, is I don't think I can go below $1.99. Does anybody know how to make it 99 cents? That's a daggone shame. I'm the only member. That's embarrassing. I don't see how to change it. If there's anybody that would like to become a member, please sign up. I wanted to make it $1. That's actually kind of embarrassing that I'm the only member. That's a good idea. That's become a member. That's not no help. Okay. Membership lets you will support the channel through monthly payments and the eligibility 1,000 subscribers, man, the YouTube program. Okay. Start course.
What is the new channel membership feature, and what do you need to know about using it successfully? Well, stick around, because we're going to talk about it coming up and about all the things that we've learned about doing it.
Hi, I'm Simon from Simon and Martina, where we run a YouTube channel called Simon and Martina, where my wife and I have been making food and travel videos in Japan and Korea and other parts of the world. We've been using the channel memberships program now for over half a year, so and it's actually been a really great addition to our channel. So today we're going to share with you our approach to channel memberships, what we thought about it, how we chose our perks, and how we deliver this content to our audience.
So if you've never heard of channel memberships before, it's a way for creators to engage more deeply with their audience.
Well, if anybody interested, okay, I think this is the first one. Copy link address. And all right. We got lost. What happened? What was the article you wanted? We had to do it again. Put it back in. Hundreds of bioterror lab mishaps cloaked in secrecy. Oh, there's the story right there. Of course, they got a commercial. Oh, crap. Yeah, I got to move that money. Amazon Prime going to take that 6.9.
In the wake of several recent high-profile mistakes at federal laboratories, USA Today's investigative team has been taking a closer look at the safety and security of research facilities working with some of the world's most dangerous germs. I'm Shannon Ray Green, and here with me is investigative reporter Allison Young. Allison, how often are these kinds of mistakes being made?
You know, recent reports we've just obtained indicate that between 2008 and 2012, there were more than 1,100 incidents reported to federal regulators. And these are incidents involving various germs and viruses. They're called select agents. They're called that because they have the potential to be used as bioweapons. So these are very serious and dangerous pathogens.
Can you tell us what happened in these incidents?
I really wish I could, but in many cases, we don't know the details. A lot of what goes on with this kind of research is cloaked in secrecy, and the federal government won't release details, citing various bioterrorism laws. But there are some indications in the reports we've received that give us some idea of what has happened. In many of the cases, there have been animals that were infected that bit or scratched a researcher. In some cases, there were needle sticks. In some cases, their protective equipment failed on them. In about half of the cases, the incidents were so serious that the researcher received some sort of medical evaluation or treatment.
Did anyone get sick?
The reports show about a handful of cases where researchers, or in some cases research animals, were sickened with some of these pathogens. In the case of the research workers, the reports indicate that they did recover from those diseases. In the case of the animals, they in most cases were euthanized.
So how significant are these hundreds of incidents that you found in these reports?
You know, there are a number of biosafety researchers who look at this and say it's difficult to tell because so few details are released to the public. However, when you look at what has happened at the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention in recent months, the experts say that there are some real reasons to be concerned. At the CDC, it is one of the world's most prestigious public health labs. And in the past few months, they've had instances where they were concerned that they had possibly exposed dozens of their workers to live anthrax. And they also mixed up some lab samples and cross-contaminated what should have been a mild flu strain with a very dangerous strain of bird flu.
So scientists are concerned. Should the public be concerned?
There are those who say the public should be concerned. The CDC will emphasize that these kinds of labs have many layers of safety that are involved in order to keep dangerous pathogens inside. And in many cases, those who are at most risk are the scientists working with these pathogens. But there are outside experts that we're interviewing and talking with who say that there is reason for the public to be concerned. While it is rare, there are instances where laboratory workers have become infected and have spread diseases to those outside of the labs. And that is something for all of us to be concerned about.
Thank you so much for sharing the findings from your in-depth reporting. Stay with usatoday.com for the latest in Allison Young's story.
That's all right. We'll just leave it alone. Amazon Prime going to take their money. Going to take that $6.99.
What happened to me is wrong.
Ain't nothing I can do about it. Yes, some are saying they're not going to work, but bills are going to start piling up, and they're going to have to get it done. So is that an ad? Wait a minute.
Trust your food, then what can you trust? It seems like we can't go more than a few days without hearing about a major recall. Contaminated whey has been found in crackers, E. coli in cookie dough, metal pieces in mac and cheese, and even a dead bat was found in salad mix.
Oh,
But don't
Lord.
fret. What's happening is not that food is getting worse, it's that technology is getting better. Today, food technology is more readily available. The Food and Drug Administration has lots of tools to keep an eye on your food. The enactment of the Food Safety Modernization Act in 2011 led to a paradigm shift, where the FDA focused on preventing outbreaks as opposed to just reacting to them. That's why many foods are recalled before anyone gets sick, sometimes before they even hit shelves. And if someone does get sick, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention can now test blood samples from infected patients and link illnesses back to actual food sources. And the technology to keep food safe is just getting started. The FDA is also working on developing ways to track outbreaks back to single growers, which could lead to fewer recalls. One question is left. Are you going to eat that?
I don't know if that was a good article or a bad article.
Oh my gosh, Jason!
Y'all telling me to eat healthy, it might kill me.
With the FDA giving the okay for COVID vaccine booster shots, but only for people 65 and older. Now it's up to a CDC panel to confirm or reject that recommendation. The Biden administration says it already has a plan in place. Artit Shashadri has more from our Atlanta bureau.
The FDA has signed off under emergency use the Pfizer booster for those who are 65 and older. And for those who are 18 to 64 and at high risk for severe infection or work in jobs that could expose them to COVID-19 6 months after their second dose.
FDA is responsible for the regulatory side of the decision. So they evaluate the safety, they evaluate the effectiveness. Then the Advisory Committee for Immunization Practices, which is another advisory group of doctors and scientists and researchers, will review the data, will opine on the data as to how do you use this vaccine and who gets it. And that's exactly what that group will do, will make the recommendation to the CDC.
That means healthcare workers, teachers, daycare staff, grocery workers, and those in homeless shelters or prisons qualify for boosters. The FDA is only approving the Pfizer booster shot for now. The White House says even if you got Moderna for your first dose, you can still get the Pfizer booster shot.
We have been working over the last few weeks with doctors, with pharmacists, with pharmacies, with states to make sure that they are ready once there is a plan that's approved by the FDA and the CDC to be able to execute on. We've reviewed our distribution channels. We have enough doses. We've done these conversations with our vaccinators across the country. So we will be ready to execute once we have a final determination from the FDA and the CDC.
White House says boosters could increase antibody levels tenfold. Reporting in Atlanta, Archit Seshadri, Atlanta Bureau Chief.
So hold on. So y'all think I'm gonna call the nurse asked me to send me a text message and asked me to call her back. Was I having any problem? You think I should ask about about getting the booster shot? I don't know if they have it though, because they have Moderna at my doctor's. But they said that even if you have Moderna, that you can get the Pfizer booster shot. What do y'all think? Serious question, everybody. Should I ask about getting the booster shot? You know, before the government shut down. Monkeypox. What they doing down there in Texas to get monkeypox? Who down there playing with the monkeys?
We all can help end the HIV.
All right, hold on. Wait a minute. Let's just cut that out. Hold on. Because we're not using Bravo. We're using Bravo for the live stream. Now, let's try it here. Why say no commercial?
And Dr. Huang, we understand that monkeypox is now in the Dallas County area. Should people be concerned about this?
So, we have been working with the CDC, the State Health Department, have identified any close contacts that he had, between after landing in the Dallas airport, and he's in the hospital now in stable condition, in isolation. Really, the risk to the public is extremely low. We are following up with all of those identified close contacts, monitoring them for symptoms. This is the nature of this. You can't transmit it until you develop symptoms. So the people who may have been in contact with him, we'll monitor them. But they can continue on their, with their normal activities, monitoring for symptoms. Again, I think it's very low risk for the general public. We are working with the CDC and the state to identify any persons who were on the airline flights that might need to be followed up. And so, again, those appropriate follow-ups occurring. But for the general public, there's really very low risk.
And Dr. Huang, since this announcement came out this afternoon, we've noticed a lot of people Googling not only monkeypox, but also chickenpox. Are there any comparisons between the two viruses?
So really, this is more in the same family like smallpox. And so actually one of the potential control measures is the smallpox vaccine also.
As healthcare agencies continue to investigate how transmission happened, we know that we have an international community here in Dallas County. There's the possibility that some of our neighbors may be traveling to Nigeria or other parts of Africa. Should there be any cause for concern or any measures taken if people are taking international trips?
Well, one of the things that actually helped us with this and, reduced any risk of transmission is the masking that's been required on the airplanes. Also, even in the airports, it is thought to be able to be transmitted by droplet spread between humans. So the use of the mask not only is helpful for COVID, but also for this situation. So that's something certainly that can help prevent that spread.
Because this is kind of new for many people in our community, the thought and sound of a disease like monkeypox, can you go down the list of symptoms for us?
Yeah, I mean, the incubation period is usually about 7 to 14 days. So it can be anywhere from 5 to 21. But, after that incubation period, you might get sort of these mild fever, headache, muscle aches. And one thing that's a little different is some swelling of the lymph nodes. Then a couple of days after that, start to get a rash on the face that can spread to other parts of the body. So those are the symptoms that characteristic for this.
We know that you and your team are being very proactive in letting the community know about monkeypox in the area right now. But this also comes at a time when we're talking about COVID-19, spread of variants. We know that Dallas County was equipped to deal with Ebola a few years ago. Is Dallas County equipped to handle monkeypox right now?
Well, we're really appreciative. One of the things that certainly was identified with COVID is the need to build our infrastructure and public health and our systems for containment, for doing contact tracing, following up on all these things. And so we certainly appreciate the support from the county commissioners for all the things that we've been developing and building our public health infrastructure. So it certainly helps us be more prepared for situations like this. And this is, I think, we're only a plane ride away from these other infectious diseases across the world. So it's something that we need to continue to be mindful of.
Is there anything that made this individual vulnerable to catching this virus? Do you know?
I think the CDC is going to be working with the, I think they have an equivalent of a CDC in Nigeria to try to, follow up on some of the contacts over there, perhaps identify perhaps a source. So again, at this point, we don't know exactly how he got it.
And Dr. Huang, anything else you want to add that I may not have asked as we continue to process this disease and how the response to it is going to be handled?
Sure. I just to emphasize, there's only been this one case. I think we have a good handle on all the close contacts that this person had once they arrived in Dallas. We're following up with them and going to be monitoring them for symptoms. And we're working with the state and the CDC on following up with any others that may have had exposure or concern.
Monkeypox, another disease from China. Are y'all sure that China is not Babylon? What is wrong with them people that they can't stop messing around with these daggone animals? Is it that bad in China that they got to eat the bats and rats and now monkeys? It's getting ridiculous.
On July 16th, China reported the first monkey bee virus death in its history. The individual, identified as a veterinarian in Beijing, was infected by monkeys in March and passed away on May 27th. Monkey bee virus, BV, also known as herpes bee virus, has a fatality rate of 70 to 80%, the Chinese Center for Disease Control and Prevention's English journal the China CDC Weekly cited in its July 17th report. The report said that the deceased's close contacts were tested in April and were free of the virus. According to the US CDC, humans typically get infected with BV when bitten or scratched by an infected macaque monkey, or have contact with a macaque's eyes, nose, or mouth. The CDC highlighted that there has only been one case of BV human-to-human transmission documented in history. It's unclear which type of monkey the victim was in contact with when he contracted the virus. The deceased veterinary was 53 years old. He worked for a non-human primate breeding and experimental institution in Beijing. On March 4th and 6th, the veterinarian dissected 2 dead monkeys. 1 month after the dissections, the veterinarian experienced nausea and vomiting followed by fever with neurological symptoms, according to the report. Because doctors in Beijing didn't have any experience with BV infections, the veterinarian was asked to visit several hospitals for treatment, but was not diagnosed until April 17 when doctors collected his cerebrospinal fluid and that of his 2 co-workers to test for monkey-related viruses. The results showed that the veterinarian was infected with BV. A group of scientists from China's CDC and Capital Medical University concluded in their report, this implied that BV in monkeys might pose a potential zoonotic threat to the occupational workers. According to the US CDC, BV infections start with flu-like symptoms, which include fever and chills, muscle aches, fatigue, and headaches. The symptoms typically start within 1 month after exposure to a BV-infected monkey. The first human infection was identified in 1932, and since then, only 50 cases of transmission to humans have been reported. Of those, most had come into contact with a monkey and 21 died.
Chinese just keep doing it, don't they? Somehow they always right there to give us something new. Soon as you get a vaccine for one thing, they out with something else. Like, man. That's gross. All right. Got one more here.
Hey, Becky. Well, we'll have to see. There is concern that these 2 officials have announced their retirement coming up at the end of October and in November. It's Dr. Marion Gruber and Dr. Phil Krause. Marion Gruber is the head of the FDA's Office of Vaccines Research and Review. Phil Krause is the deputy director of that office. This is raising questions. My own reporting has suggested there is some discomfort, some discontent at the FDA in how the White House handled the booster discussion, essentially coming out and saying that people would have the opportunity to get boosters at the end of September before the FDA has even gone through the review process. Also, some reporting suggesting these folks might have been disgruntled over the CDC's role, even sort of front-running FDA as well. I posed these questions at the White House COVID briefing yesterday to Jeff Zients and asked him if he's concerned about the pace of the approvals and trust in the FDA. Here's what he said.
FDA is the gold standard, and we are all grateful for the tireless work of the senior team and the whole staff at FDA, especially during the pandemic. FDA has strong leadership in Dr. Woodcock and Dr. Peter Marks at the Center for Biologics Evaluation and Research.
Acting Commissioner Dr. Janet Woodcock coming out with a memo to staff yesterday saying that, in part, we've put together a plan that'll allow us to continue prioritizing science while meeting timelines that are important to ensuring the end of this devastating pandemic. Becky, as you said, there's a lot on FDA's plate right now when it comes to the COVID vaccines. Of course, considering the boosters ahead of that September 20th plan for potentially making them available broadly. Also, vaccines for kids, Pfizer's vaccine for under age 12. As Dr. Gottlieb has said, and I'm sure you'll talk with him about, that's expected to come up in the November-December timeframe. And they have Moderna's application for full approval. So a lot for the FDA to be doing on vaccines right now. Hey, Becky.
All righty, y'all. Greg says Snazzy, your governor is an a-hole. Well, we know your senator is one. Man took his Took his family during the pandemic and the disaster. Took his family. They went down there and were chilling. Oh, Snazzy said, I'm not talking about the job. I'm talking about politics in general. Snazzy says, "Hey, Greg, I'm in South Carolina." Yeah, I was thinking that too. You ain't showing us no videos of Texas. Greg said, "I'm not taking the job. I had COVID twice. I'm good." Needs said, "F I love." Greg said, "I thought you was in Texas, Snazzy." She said, "I'm not in Texas." No, she's in Carolina. Back in the heyday, of the Bubba Dark Show, Snazzy and None Nobody Cares used to send us beautiful drone videos of the state. I don't know why I didn't keep up with that. He said McMaster can kiss his butt. They also took $6,400 from UI benefits. And he said, and I had a job laughing his butt off. And he said, yes, we need the monkey disease is in Texas. Yeah, because somebody got on a plane and came over here with it. Now, everybody on the plane got to be followed to make sure they don't have it. They're going to have to be isolated from their family. Might not even be able to go to work because one person decided to play with the monkeys. Keep telling y'all, leave the animals in the woods. And leave them alone. What's the fascination? They got a job to do. You got a job to do. Why you got to keep messing with them? That's all I'm saying. They got a job to do. You got a job to do. Stop messing with the monkeys. 27 minutes ago.
A crash after the end of a pursuit.
Yeah, that was a man with a gun. This is in Koreatown. Let's go now to Desmond Shaw, live overhead in Sky 2. Des?
Yeah, Jeff and Susie, two people are now in custody here. We are along Normandy, just south of Olympic. You can see how this ended in a crash. Two males got out and ran. LAPD chased them down, got them into custody pretty quickly. It was a man with the gun, led authorities on some chases through some really busy streets and actually got into a couple of minor crashes. Unfortunately, I don't think we've heard about any serious injuries on this. At one point, he nearly clipped a Metro bus, but narrowly avoided it. But you can see LAPD, they've got Normandy shut down here southbound, just south of Olympic in busy Koreatown as they investigate all the circumstances around this pursuit with two now in custody. Jeff and Susie, back to you now in the studio.
All right, see what else we can get into. All right, this is what we saw earlier.
When Captain Roy pulled over top, we had fire that was well up into the attic, probably for some time before we arrived. That fire had burnt its way up through the actual roof by the time our units had got there.
Sky Team 11 up above a violent inferno engulfing a home in Windsor Mill.
The fire did start to the rear of the dwelling, worked its way well up into the attic, and by that time they just too much fire and too much volume for them to control quickly.
Officials say the fire sparked shortly after 5:30 this evening at a home on Rice's Lane. Crews initially arriving to the scene with word of at least two people possibly trapped inside.
They had reports of people screaming, so they made the decision to go in with the water they had to try to knock and get those people in and out. Because of where the fire started and where it was at, they weren't in any obvious immediate danger. But I'm sure, and I'm just speculating at this point in time, they probably were trying to go in and see what they could do, if not get any of their belongings out.
Tackling the blaze was the hard part, as 1,200 feet of hose, which is about the size of 4 football fields, had to be deployed.
We have a hydrant that's a little over 1,000 feet away.
A family left unscathed, watching as their home was ripped apart and their memories turned into ashes. The cause still under investigation.
We're really always thankful when nobody gets hurt. Thankfully, most of the time, something can be replaced. But nobody's hurt. No one's in the hospital. We didn't transport anybody. So that's always a great thing.
Now, while we're told all of the occupants did make it out safely, the house tonight is a total loss. In Baltimore County, I'm Trey Ward, WBAL TV 11 News.
He looks like somebody I know. He looks like somebody I know. Can I get anything else out of Baltimore?
And that's what the Constitution did. The Constitution enshrined those principles.
The Johns Hopkins Center for Gun Violence Prevention and Policy hosted this talk tonight with panelists discussing potential solutions to gun violence, including handgun licensing laws, increased regulation for gun dealers, and protection order laws. Speakers talked about gun violence increasing at historic rates across the country for several reasons, like increased gun ownership and economic uncertainty. And a lot of the discussion focused on approaching gun violence as a public health issue, much like what's included in Baltimore Mayor Brandon Scott's crime plan, which he describes as a holistic approach to a public health crisis.
I don't think it's by accident that the cities that we keep talking about with all this gun violence are cities with long legacies of segregation, long legacies of racism, long legacies of disinvestment and poverty, and we all know what those cities are, and they keep showing up on the list of places with the highest levels of gun violence every year.
Well, now, this discussion comes on the same day as new data is released from the FBI. Murders nationwide increased 30% in 2020. That is the largest rise since record-keeping started. Reporting live in the newsroom tonight, Kyrie, WBAL TV 11 News.
All right, they ain't got no more good news. We saw that yesterday.
When Captain Roy pulled over top, we had fire that was well up into the attic.
Oh, this is weak.
Right now.
Okay, am I the only one? Let me see. Something wrong with this story. Can somebody tell me what's wrong with this story? It's something wrong with this story. It's something that nobody has caught on to yet. The threats were being made. The threats were being made that they would happen at a school. You heard the chief of police say that he put extra police at the schools. The shootings did not happen at the schools. Nobody put two and two together. Apparently, the shooters saw that they had extra police there at the schools, so they waited and they shot at the kids at the local hangout. They shot at somebody that was sitting in the car, away from the police. Nobody put two and two together. I was just sitting there thinking, if they come there and they say, if they say they're going to do it at the school and they put security at the school, why would they do the shooting at the school? They went to the popular hangout and shot there. Then they saw somebody sitting in the car, no police around. They shot there. Doesn't that make sense? Snazzy and Greg still talking about McMaster. You know, they keep showing this. I could never afford to. I've been in here one time, and I didn't buy nothing.
Baltimore Mayor Brandon Scott seems optimistic about Gallery Mall and Harbor Place once they're under new ownership. He calls the current owners absentee landlords who are stuck in the 80s. The Gallery Mall is closing, but the future of the site looks promising, according to Mayor Brandon Scott.
It's about putting things in the 21st century, making sure that when people come to Baltimore, they are coming to see the best of Baltimore, not the best of chain restaurants, not the best of chain locations, but the best of our city.
For decades, the Gallery Mall stood out as the shopping spot in Baltimore, but it hasn't been updated since 2001, and its demise is the latest loss for the city's once bustling downtown. Some in the business community believe it will be transformed into high-end condos. The mall is at a prime location, standing as the gateway to the Inner Harbor and within walking distance to tourist attractions and Baltimore stadiums.
They are going to be missed from a mall standpoint. I know they are looking at other avenues over there. I'm not quite sure what they're going to do, but I support whatever they do because they've been great business partners.
Many blame COVID and the explosive increase on online shopping for its demise. Retail employees are now considering other options.
I'll probably just go back to school, or I would transfer to another location.
Kind of sad, huh?
It's a new beginning. It is sad because a lot of tourists, they don't have nowhere to go, nowhere to shop now. But hopefully they'll do something better with this mall now that it's shutting down.
Gallery Mall owner Brookfield Properties issued a statement. We are currently evaluating several potential options to reposition the gallery that will meet the needs of the market. A store employee told us that the property owners will soon meet with the tenants to discuss future plans. Reporting from downtown, David Collins, WBAL TV 11 News.
Like I said, I've never bought anything from out of there. And this is another thing that's closing down. Number one, it's too much traffic down there with the cars. It's too much hustle and bustle. So I would rather go to a Walmart or a Target or something, or go to a mall uptown. There's just too many people there. So that's just my opinion. Snazzy sent us something, but hold on. This popped up.
A violent week across Harris County. A deadly domestic dispute under investigation. A woman dies after being shot multiple times. This happened off Cypress Station Drive and Cypress Trace Road, just around the corner from where two people were shot and killed yesterday. KPRC2's Jonathan Martinez there now. So, Jonathan, what are investigators saying?
You know what, Andy, hours after this shooting happened, investigators are still out here. They're combing through some of the evidence. Meantime, they are still searching for the suspect responsible. From Sky 2, deputies with the Harris County Sheriff's Office can be seen investigating a deadly shooting.
We heard the ambulance and stuff, so we came outside and we walked around and we seen the lady.
According to investigators, deputies were called out to the 900 block of Cypress Station for a report of a shooting Thursday morning. When they got to the scene, investigators say they found a woman dead who had been shot several times.
Upon arrival, units found the body of a female deceased in the courtyard of the apartment complex.
Deputies say so far the person responsible has yet to be arrested. Investigators also say the victim's boyfriend, who was with her at the time, is considered a person of interest and is yet to be located.
He was gone at the time that the deputies arrived, so we are looking for him to try and get some more information.
Neighbors also tell us this is the very same complex. Deputies responded to a double shooting yesterday that left two people dead.
Nobody really moved when you hear shots. You don't move because you hear it every day, every night.
It was determined, it has been determined that it's positively no nexus to this shooting today.
Although the shootings aren't in any way connected, neighbors tell us the violence is concerning.
Scared, anxiety be through the roof over here. Last night I couldn't really even sleep, because I want to know what's going on. I'm trying to be alert.
If you have any information about this case, you're urged to contact the Harris County Sheriff's Office. We are reporting live from North Harris County. I'm Jonathan Martinez, KPRC 2 News.
All right. Snazzy sent us a link. Let's go check it out. Oh, Lord. Snazzy trying to grow. I'm going to have to walk away from this one. I can't watch this one.
Backlash over the Biden administration's response to the border crisis reached a boiling point today when the U.S. Special Envoy to Haiti resigned in protest over the White House's, quote, inhumane treatment of migrants. And Biden's support for interim Prime Minister Ariel Henry revealing just how intense the administration's internal turmoil over the situation is. As of 6 a.m. yesterday, Fox News reported there are 6,722 migrants, 4,742 families, and 418 single adult females, and more than 300 pregnant women gathered under the bridge at Del Rio.
Meanwhile, Twitter had a brief meltdown this morning over an NBC News report that suggested that the Biden administration was seeking a private contractor to run what seemed like a migrant detention center at Guantanamo Bay. That turned out not to be particularly the case, but there is a very fraught history between Guantanamo Bay and Haitian migrants. So it turns out that they have, in fact, been had a kind of migrant holding center on Guantanamo Bay that holds between 20 and 150 people who are picked up at sea. And this is something that's been going on since early 2000s. The contract is expiring in 2022. They're looking to expand that contract. Under the George H.W. Bush administration, when there was a kind of massive influx then of Haitian migrants, he sent more than 10,000 Haitians to Guantanamo Bay. It's something that's been memory hold a little bit, and it was caught up in AIDS hysteria because in the U.S. people were like, oh wait, Haitians are coming over here, they're going to spread AIDS over the whole country, and so they moved 10 plus thousand people over to Guantanamo Bay. Trump had floated the idea, why don't we just send all the migrants over to Guantanamo Bay? But this is a good reason we ought not to have Guantanamo Bay.
Well, and I imagine that the existing contract, which is for a smaller number, like you said, 20 to 100
right,
plus
for people you pick up in the Caribbean.
Right. And a result of the ongoing wet foot, dry foot policy that bizarrely says if you make it onto land, you're clear
Cuban.
for Cubans, for refugee status. But if you're caught at sea, you are not. But the good news, clarity from DHS, we are not going to be shipping Haitians to Guantanamo Bay.
From the border, at least.
From the border, at least. But this remains an ongoing problem. I mean, the numbers are stark of who are currently gathered within the country. But what is interesting to me is this, from the more conservative perspective. We believe in some degree of border security, at least having a functional border where you know who's coming in, you know who's going out, and that there has to be some sort of a reformed process for legally migrating into the country. What I feel happens, and I'd love to hear your response from kind of the progressive lens, is Democrats don't want that, but then they have massive influxes of illegal immigrants that they don't have any way to process or to deal with. So then they actually revert to the very inhumane policy of deporting them. So the Obama administration did record numbers of deportations. Now we see Biden's deportations juxtaposed with what we did even in the Trump administration, and it's significant. So it's sort of this self-perpetuating problem of Democrats want to do what they portray as the humane thing and let people into the country. Then you have Kamala Harris saying don't come because they don't actually have a process by which to let these people in to resettle them in the country. I mean, what's the answer here?
Well, the immigration system is broken. And you're right that there are some Democrats that don't.
All right. We got to find it. Hold on. It's not on there. Hold on. Thank you, Snazzy. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, we saw this earlier. Oh boy, he ain't let that pizza and fries go.
Brand new video tonight showing a drive-by shooting that killed one person and hurt 5 others right by a SEPTA station in Fern Rock. You can see people scatter and duck as soon as the shot.
He held on.
This is the car involved.
He held on to that
Police need
food,
some
didn't
help
he?
finding it. This new video comes as community members demand some answers from Mayor Jim Kenney after more than a dozen people were shot in the city in just 24 hours. Here's Jeff Cole.
A memorial grows on Chew Ave for Stephen Jones, the 26-year-old slain Monday in a drive-by shooting.
He was a father of 3. Yes, he was. So we have 3 children we have to worry about right now.
The attack wounded 5 near the busy Olney Transportation Center, the site of a mass shooting just months ago.
They don't feel safe.
The gunfire angered District Council member Cindy Bass, who railed at the mayor.
Where is our mayor? We need help. We need leadership. We need an ear in this neighborhood, in this community, and we need it now.
Kenny says Bass only had to call.
Was not aware of the shooting, and I
Look at
she
him.
didn't call me on the phone.
He held on to that food, boy.
Why she wouldn't call me.
Kenny
The
argues
ground
he
knocked
was
that
in a
food out of his
meeting
hand.
trying to land millions of dollars to fight homelessness. There have been 386 killings in the city, outpacing last year's murders. Will you change policy in any way? Is there something you need to do immediately?
Well, first of all, the police, Philadelphia police, SEPTA police, and school police were a block or less away when this happened.
Police rushed to the scene Monday, but Commissioner Danielle Outlaw was not with them.
Should she have been
there? She was
I don't know what she have been there in your view. I don't know what else she was doing. Maybe she was doing something that she couldn't get out of.
Police say Outlaw was at a meeting and sent her top deputies, who kept her informed.
We need our mayor to engage, act like you care.
Back on Chew, the victim's name is posted in silver on a wall while dark balloons swing in the breeze amid calls for justice. Justice would also include knowing who killed him, correct?
That is the justice. We want that. We need that. We desire that.
Mayor Kenny took part today in an awards ceremony for a high-achieving city school. He says that's the way to combat gun violence, a quality education. In Fern Rock, Jeff Cole, Fox 29 News.
A quality education. A quality education would be doing what the parents ain't doing. A quality education would be setting something up that the kids could do. Setting something up that the kids could do to learn how to settle disputes without picking up a gun. Kids are playing video games. They watching the movies. And they seeing the adults use a gun to settle a dispute. When I was growing up, you tried to talk it out, or you went and you fought. A lot of people keep forgetting that the Crips of the LA gang, they used to break dance in battles. In New York, they used to dance in battles. Then it switched to they used to fight. Now it's they do drive-by shootings. You got 3 or 4 people in a car, one person driving, and the other 3 shoot out the windows. That's how they settle a dispute. Whether it be gangs, whether it be something in the school, whether it be over a woman or a man, it seems like people are resorting to gunfire. They haven't been taught there's a better way. This is all they know. That's the education that we need to get to the young kids before they get too old. You know. That's what they said in the that's what they said in the Pookie Williams movie. Yeah, and they used to carry a cane around. And they said the police were getting called about Hey Greg, I'm telling you what they said in the movie. It might not be right. Why don't you Google it for us? And get us a history. But that's what they said in the movie. On Pookie Williams. I might have to watch the movie again. Snandy said it was a movie. Well, that was said in the movie. You can't beat me. They said it in the movie. Y'all know the movies sometimes ain't true. Don't have no Crips knocking on my door. That's what they said in the movie, man. How come nobody corrected them? See, they won't correct them, but people will come knocking on the door. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
It is Thursday night, and the big story on Action News tonight is breaking news from Upper Darby. The body of a newborn has been discovered in a trash bag. Action News reporter Dan Cuellar is live at 69th and Patterson. Dan, what can you tell us?
Well, Jim, police right now have cordoned off the area here on Patterson near 69th Street, where, as you can see, they've set up a large tent to protect the crime scene from the rain. Now, they got a call this afternoon about 4 o'clock of an infant found on the side of the road. It was raining at the time of the discovery near a little roadway that leads to a driveway between two row home apartment buildings here in Upper Darby. Police would soon arrive. Here's more.
Two witnesses had told us that they were walking down here to go to the store and they saw what they believe was an infant. Detectives have arrived on scene, and it is confirmed that it is the body of a newborn. We're waiting for the medical examiner to come before we do anything else. Detectives are interviewing witnesses up there, so that's what we have right now. It's a fluid investigation.
Now, they were waiting for the medical examiner to arrive before they even touched the body or looked at how the baby may have died. And in fact, the medical examiner has just arrived moments ago. Police are looking for surveillance cameras, but right now, no suspects. They're asking anyone who may have been in the area around 4 o'clock this afternoon and saw something to please call police. That's the latest right now. For now, live in Upper Darby, I'm Dan Cuellar, Channel 6 Action News. Jim?
Thank you, Dan.
Okay, somebody please explain. Forget about the Crip thing. Somebody please explain. You have to be a real sicko. You have to be a real sicko to put a baby in a plastic bag and put him out in the rain. If you don't want the child, if you can't take care of the child, all you got to do is go drop it off at the police station outside. You can drop it off on the steps of the firehouse. Why would you put it in a plastic bag and leave it outside in the rain? You had to be a real sick bastard. I hope they find whoever that was, and I hope they throw the book at him first-degree murder. Because we don't need that kind of sicko walking around. And I don't care if it's male or female. There ain't no excuse. All you had to do was just drop the baby off and keep walking. Nobody would have said nothing to you. But you going to sit there and put the baby in a plastic bag and leave it laying on the ground somewhere. That's just sick. I want to hear somebody try to excuse it. That's just sick. That's just sick. Lord. Oh, it continues. Oh, Lord. And you can see she looks simple. You can look at her face and see how simple she looks.
Justine Johnson, 22, was arraigned Monday in 81st District Court in Tawas City on one count each of felony murder and first-degree child abuse. She pleaded not guilty to both charges and is scheduled for a September 28 probable cause conference. Police were called last Friday to a residence in Iosco County in Michigan's northern Lower Peninsula after a garbage bag with a human foot protruding from it was found at the home. Police said the bag contained the body of Johnson's daughter, Sutton Mosser. This undated photo provided by the Iosco County Sheriff's Office in Tawas City, Michigan, shows Justine Johnson. Iosco County Sheriff's Office via AP Iosco County Prosecutor James Beccarella said the girl had suffered multiple stab wounds. The girl's grandmother, Elisa Johnson, said she believes her daughter is innocent and would never have hurt her young child. A message seeking comment on the charges was left Tuesday for Johnson's court-appointed attorney. Officers found Johnson hours after the discovery of her daughter's body walking along railroad tracks. She told officers she did not want to talk about her child's death, the affidavit states.
That's a daggone shame. I just don't understand. How could you kill a baby? How could you kill a baby? They haven't had a chance to be what they're going to be yet. The video is off.
Saying that they will not quit until she found. Teams continue today to search for 5-year-old Summer Wells, the Hawkins County girl at the center of a Tennessee Amber Alert. 10 days have passed since she was reported missing, and that's where we begin. News Channel 11 at 5 o'clock on this Friday. Thank you for being with us. I'm Josh Smith.
I'm Sarah Diamond. Now, authorities did not hold a news briefing today in the case. They said previously there will not be daily briefings when there are no new developments. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation posted on social media the agency has received 394 tips since family members reported Summer missing the evening of June 15th. She has blonde hair, blue eyes, and is about 3 feet tall.
In the 10 days since she was reported missing, search teams from over 100 agencies, teams from 6 states have spent endless hours searching for the missing 5-year-old. And they've covered, they say, over 3,000 acres in the area near her home on Ben Hill Road in the Beech Creek community of Hawkins County, where she was last seen. And that's where Bianca Murray joins us live tonight. She's near the Search Command Center.
Bianca, you spoke with Summer's mother and grandmother today. What did they tell you?
Josh and Sarah, I took a trip down to Ben Hill Road this afternoon with a friend of the Wells family. Now, that's where the Wells family lives. I met Summer's mom and grandmother, neither of whom felt up to doing an on-camera interview, but they spoke to me about how much they miss Summer. In a statement, Summer's mom, Candace Wells, told me she knows Summer would never leave her home alone. Summer's grandmother, Candace Hera, told me in a statement, quote, Bring my grandbaby home. She is a lovely baby, and we're so thankful for everyone looking for her. We yelled and looked for her as much as we could. She was just gone. It's devastating. The Wells family told me today that they don't want to go on camera because they don't want to give any more reason for people on social media to spew negativity at them. And they tell me that they are getting quite a bit of negativity right now. Tonight at 6, you will hear from a family friend who is begging for compassion for the family at this point. Live in Beach Creek, I'm Bianca Murray for News Channel 11.
That daggone shine.
A lot. I know she didn't walk away from this property by herself or off this yard by her swing. I feel in my heart that somebody has came up here and took her, has lured her away from here. Me and my mother and her were planting flowers. And we went in after we got done washing our hands, and she got a piece of candy from Grandma, and she wanted to go back over and see her brothers. And I said, okay. And I walked her all the way over to the porch, and I watched her walk into the kitchen where the boys were watching TV. And I told the boys, I said, watch Summer. I'll be back. And within 2 minutes, I came back. And I asked the boys where their sister was, and they said, she went downstairs, Mom, to play with her toys in the playroom. I said, okay. And I yelled downstairs for her a couple times, and I didn't get no answer, which was unusual because usually she always answers me. And so I went down there to check, and she was nowhere in sight. She was just gone. I don't go on walks around here or runs because I'm scared of the bears and snakes and even the coyotes that are around here. Well, whoever has my daughter, I pray and hope that they have not harmed her and they bring her back to us safe and sound.
Go to the FBI, the police, and clear it up. I mean, I don't know. It seems kind of elusive.
It's really strange that I've never seen this truck, and I've never heard of it until just recently. But I wish they would come forward and explain themselves. And if you're not a suspect, at least come forward and say what you've seen. She was a tomboy. I shaved my head. She wanted to have her head shaved like me and the boys did.
She tried to shave her head.
She tried
in
to
the
shave
back
her head
and make
herself.
it. I think you can see it in some of the pictures, and it was getting out of control. So we decided to shave her head off and let it grow back long, and she shaved her head to so she wouldn't feel bad, and but it didn't bother her at this point. Well, I knew right away that she was abducted. You know, I knew that right away, and that's what I told them from the beginning. But they have to go through their, I forget the word.
Investigation.
They have to do one step at a time, I guess. But I'm sorry that they had to spend so many man hours in these woods and everything. I've seen them limping and everything else, and I feel for them. But I just wish there was a way that neighbors could search neighbors' houses, and then if they're not willing, get a search warrant or something. But there's just no way you can search every single house, in the eastern United States or whatever. But I wish there was a way. Just thankful for the person or persons that's doing that, out of love, trying to get information and trying to get her found. We thank them from the bottom of our hearts.
It means a lot.
And we thank everybody who's trying so hard and praying so hard. And She's an awesome young lady, and we just want her back. But, yeah, there's always going to be haters, and it's always going to be that way in this world, and we just want to focus on the good friends and Christian people that are trying to help us and praying for us and praying for Summer. And we thank them from the bottom of our hearts. And that's the kind of people we try to relate with and socialize with. So we don't know anything about, no red truck, or we hardly know many of our neighbors. I mean, because we just try to be around good people. I mean, and we do have good people in this area. We found out since this has all happened. We got some real good.
I don't know about y'all. I don't believe them. And I don't even want to. Do y'all believe him? I could be wrong.
As search efforts reach the 1-week mark for missing Hawkins County 5-year-old Summer Wells, newly obtained court documents show the child's father has had a troubled past. Thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Sarah Diamond.
And I'm Josh Smith. Good evening. Family members reported Summer missing around 6:30 p.m. 1 week ago tonight, June 15th. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation issued an endangered child alert a few hours later, and then the next day upgraded it to the most serious statewide Amber Alert.
TBI says in the last week they've received more than 220 tips, worked with more than 80 agencies from 6 states, and covered 3,000 acres, much of which has been rugged mountainous terrain. News Channel 11's Ansley Daniel joins us now live from TBI's media post in Sullivan County.
Ansley, you got these court documents related to Summer's father, Donald Wells. What did they show you?
Josh and Sarah, Hawkins County Sheriff Ronnie Lawson has told us that Summer's father, Donald Wells, does have a criminal past. Today, in some court documents obtained by News Channel 11, we learned that Summer's mother, Candace Bly, actually filed an order of protection against him. On October 14th of 2020, the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office was dispatched to the Wells home on Ben Hill Road for a domestic assault situation. Bly told officers that Donald Wells came home drunk and saw someone else in the house and believed that Bly was cheating on him. Wells allegedly argued with the person and pushed Bly down, injuring her left knee. Wells was arrested and charged with domestic assault, possession of a handgun while under the influence, and unlawful possession
Well, I
of a
see it from
weapon.
the outside. It don't look like much.
Protection against Wells the following day, writing, quote, "I am afraid of being hurt. He is abusive physically and mentally toward me. I'm afraid for my children and myself." 4 days later, on the date of the hearing, Bly asked for those charges to be dismissed. On April 21st of 2021, Wells pled guilty to possession of a handgun while under the influence and turned the weapon over to the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office. Those domestic assault charges and unlawful possession of a handgun were dismissed. At a press conference yesterday, law enforcement stressed that the family is cooperating with the investigation and that while an abduction has not been ruled out, there is no evidence to support it.
They're being cooperative. Of course, they're upset. So we continue to keep them updated and do whatever possible we can to find Summer.
7 days into the search, there is still no sign of the missing 5-year-old. We do have that full order of protection posted on WJHL.com. Live in the Beach Creek community, Ansley Daniel, News Channel 11.
We are nearing 6 weeks since Summer Wells was reported missing from her home in the Beech Creek community of Hawkins County, prompting a statewide Amber Alert and multi-agency search and investigation. That case not only spreading far with agencies from all around this area involved, but also with interest from around the world.
Yeah, Ainsley Daniel spoke with the host of the Jay for Justice podcast, who had Don Wells on the podcast last weekend, where he confirmed how the Department of Children's Services is now involved.
Josh and Sarah, last week we told you the Department of Children's Services was involved in the Summer Wells investigation. Over the weekend, Summer's father, Don, confirmed on the Jay is for Justice podcast that their other children had been removed from the home.
The rumor is that they were taken out of the home. Were they taken from you guys? Were they? Oh, no. Yesterday?
A couple days ago.
Jennifer Youngblood is the host of crime podcast Jay is for Justice. She has interviewed Wells before and saw rumors circulating on social media that the older children had been removed from the home.
I could tell when he answered the phone that he sounded broken to me. He did not sound like the same Don Wells that I spoke to, the week previous. He didn't sound hopeful. He sounded very depressed. And he confirmed that the boys were in fact taken a couple days prior.
In the almost 10-minute phone interview, Wells explained how the theories and speculation about what happened to his daughter are affecting him.
They come at me and said I had somebody, they deposed him. They said they had the inside scoop with CBI and that they knew that I sold my daughter for drugs. And I flipped out. I believed that stuff. I believed it. Then I flipped out. I started drinking and everything else. And that's why they took their kids.
Her YouTube channel has 46.5 thousand subscribers, and her interview with Don Wells from Saturday has been viewed more than 41,000 times. But Youngblood says she isn't interested in speaking with anyone but Summer's parents right now.
It makes people who might have beef with these people come out of the woodwork. And then it muddies the waters. It muddies the waters not only for the general public, but for law enforcement.
Youngblood says she will keep discussing the case on her show, but wants to be clear that finding Summer and the facts around what happened remain her focus.
Not facts surrounding, any gossip or drama that people have with Candace or with Don at this point. I think that's totally counterproductive. And I think that we need to keep the focus on that there's a 5-year-old little girl that is missing. And also there's 3 boys that are missing their sister.
News Channel 11 has reached out to both Don Wells and Candace Bly for confirmation and an interview regarding this. We have not yet received a response.
All right. Now we know the girl been missing. We know. The boys were taken out the house, her brothers. Let's see what this house looks like. We seen it from the outside, and it looked like a piece of dicky. But I tell you, I wouldn't mind living in it. One man jumped and another man treasures. Well, let's see what the inside look like.
I'm Chris McDonough, a retired homicide detective. I've interviewed thousands of people, from serial killers to ministers. Welcome to the interview room.
All right, come on.
Welcome, everybody, to the interview room. Thank you so much for being here tonight. We're grateful that you're here and to talk about Summer and to show you part 2 of the first.
Are they in the hills of Tennessee?
Interview I had with Candace
Tennessee?
Down at the swimming hole.
Tennessee?
There's been kind of a lot of craziness, quite frankly, but what I want you to remember tonight, as we're all here, we are here for one reason. Number one, for Summer Wells, to help in relationship to trying to identify a lot of moving parts here. And so I want to give you a heads up. The video that I'm going to play, there's going to be a tremendous amount of emotion, opinion, going to be flying over the internet, i.e. space. Okay? Please, let's remember this little girl is involved in an active investigation that is very fluid. And I think it's a responsibility to give people a place where they can express their feelings and or emotions. And quite frankly, whether there's guilt or innocence attached to it, that is not our responsibility.
Man, we want to see the house.
As an investigator, to throw somebody under the bus without knowing all the facts. Okay?
All right, here we go. Let's get there. Oh, Lord. Is that a house or a shed? A lot of cars there. Yeah, they're on the mountain.
Hey. You know, I have much more respect for what you're telling me by standing here, and I got my little camera here. So, but I'm looking at this terrain, and I'm going, holy cow! She could have even. There's a million possibilities here.
Yeah, there's
down there, and there's the road down there.
Yeah, that's the road. That's my mom's house.
Okay.
Like literally, it's.
And this right here.
Usually you can see the road because they have went through here and mowed and took down a bunch of stuff away from the power lines.
Okay.
But usually it's full up. You can't even see the road.
That day, though, how was it? Was it full up, or was it like this?
That day and a few days prior to that, they were working on this.
Okay.
So I've even come to a conclusion maybe one of them people have snatched it.
Oh, interesting.
Because they were all the way up here. On
Yeah,
the
I see those, the path down there. I see the tracks down there.
Yep.
You over there.
And they were all the way up here to my light pole.
Okay. And you told TBI all this, right?
I've told TBI this, yes.
Okay. Okay. And yeah, I can see the cars going by. That is not far from your property.
Mm-mm.
Is there a holler down there? I mean, is there a river of some sort?
The creek runs all the way around the property.
And how deep is a creek? Okay, just so it's like an inch, inch or two. Okay.
You'd be lucky to get wet enough to do anything.
Okay. All right, so let's pick it up from where, and I'm going to just use this little one. Is that okay? Okay, so from where, when you got home, now she's leaning.
My mom's truck parks here.
Okay, your mom's truck's right here.
Yes.
Okay, so she's leaning against the milk. Is she sleeping?
She was sleeping, yes.
Okay. From exhaustion from that day?
Yes, she was. Where I woke her up early, and she usually sleeps until 9, 10, even 12 o'clock if I let her.
Okay. How did the milk bottles get rearranged? Hunter said he had them on the floor, and then he put them next to him.
They weren't.
Is that true?
No.
Okay, so walk me through that.
When we dropped them off, they were actually still on his lap,
Okay.
and he put them on the other side of Summer.
Okay. So he reached over?
Yeah, he set them over there by that. What's a black tote she had in there?
Okay. Was there? Where's that tote at?
I think actually my mom's got it still in her truck. It's got a bunch of crafts and stuff in it.
Okay, got it. And now from when you pulled up, when did she just fall asleep next to that?
She fell asleep, I'd say maybe 5 minutes on the road.
Okay. Got it. And then, so walk me through, you get home, you take the groceries inside. Is Don home, by the way?
No, he's
Okay.
not.
Okay.
Actually, I parked the truck and I opened both doors. It's really hard because this lawnmower it is. But I opened the doors up and I shook her. I said, wake up, go right home. She jumped right up.
Okay.
Like nothing. I unbuckled her and I said, come on. I said, Mom, I'll be right back. Went in there and got the boys and they were sitting at the table. And I said, come on, let's get the groceries out. And we brought them all in the house, went through them all, did all that.
And this is that's her swing.
That's her swing right there.
Come show me her swing. Why is this, and who's this?
That is Smoking Boots. That's my boys' cat.
And how many dogs do you have here on the property? About?
Honestly, I don't know because people just keep dropping them off.
Hi. I know. Okay. Sorry. So this is her swing.
That's her swing.
This is her playground.
Yep.
And she loved this area. Boy, I'm looking at this, and this terrain, Candace, just strikes me as being so dense and just. Is that what they say, the dog trail? Where's this dog trail thing? That
I'm not sure, honestly.
There's so many of them.
The dogs go in every different.
Yeah,
way.
I saw the dogs came out of the woods as we were pulling up.
Yeah.
Okay.
They do that all the time.
Okay.
That trail right there, my boys, they ride those dirt bikes that are leaning against the truck over there.
Okay.
You can see there's one of them.
Okay.
And they
those are like 50 cc's, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one ain't. I think it's only like 25, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, they go down that trail with their dirt bikes and then come back up on the road, up on the driveway and go around and stuff.
What was it about this swing that is just so important for her?
She liked it. She just liked to swing. All the kids did.
Now, I don't want to talk about the boys right now because I know that's, a tough another part of your heart. Okay. Yeah. And that's none of my business.
Right.
I'm not here for any, you know what I mean? I'm not here to judge anybody.
Right.
I'm here to talk about Summer
Yep.
and help you find Summer. Okay. And help anybody find her. Okay. That messaging. Okay. So you go into the house.
Go in the house.
Can I follow you in, or you comfortable with that? Huh?
I don't know why the dogs do. It's still the cat food.
And is this they're going to attack me?
No.
Oh, I was just I'm teasing you. The dog's going to attack me. So this is the scaffolding you're talking about.
Yeah, that's my.
Okay, so she comes up, jumps up, and goes right in.
Yep.
Okay. How many cats? You know what? You should have like a zoo license. You know, I'm seeing all kinds of critters, which is good. Okay, where's Summer's bed?
Oh, it's in the basement.
Got it. Okay. So what happens when she comes in? The boys are playing where?
No, the boys are actually sitting here.
Okay.
And they're actually sitting right here at the table watching TV.
Okay, so they're at the table watching TV. Okay.
They were all locked in. Nobody could get in. Nobody.
That place is a
now,
dump.
who's this on up here?
That's my little sister that's missing.
Oh, that's Rose.
That's Rose.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Wow. And who's the guy?
That's her ex-husband.
Wow. Do you think he had anything to do with that?
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, we don't want to go there.
Can't say.
How's
yes
your
or
mom
no.
deal with that?
It's difficult.
Yeah, I know. You know I know, right? So, okay, watching TV. Where's Summer?
Summer, she was with me.
Okay, so walk me through that.
All right. Well, we walked up in here and we got Josie, Wyatt, and Waylon, the boys.
Right.
Well,
you put the groceries down, right?
Yeah. Well, we went back out and then we brought the groceries in and put them down. And then Mom, she went and took her stuff to her house, put her stuff away.
Okay.
And then, of course, me and Summer went back over, put our stuff away.
Okay. You went back in.
Yeah, me and Summer went back in the house. And then we were just doing normal stuff.
Okay.
Around the house like we normally do. And I come out, Mom was sitting there at the time I come out and I'm standing here.
Okay.
I was like, what are you doing? What are you staring at? She's like, these plants, I got to get them transplanted. I was like, well, Summer will help us. So I went back in. By that time, she was sitting on the floor playing with her toys.
Right here?
No, in the kitchen where we were just at.
Okay.
She was actually sitting on the floor playing with the toys at that time. I said, Summer, you want to help plant flowers? And she jumped out, left her toys and us, of course. That's cool.
Yeah,
Then we walked
that's
over
what kids do. It's their job.
What?
Okay.
That place is
We
disgusting.
transplanted these cactuses from the little pots that they were in. We transplanted these ones here into this bigger pot and that one into that bigger pot. And then she took the rocks that we've gotten from different gem mines when we went up to Gatlinburg and stuff.
Okay.
And she's the one that spreaded all the rocks around in here. And then she put her puppies in here. She wanted Chase in there, you know.
Okay.
That was cool.
Where are those puppies now?
What do you mean?
Oh, the little puppies, her real
yeah,
ones.
these little.
Oh yeah, those little guys. Oh, that's Paw Patrol.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the police one.
Yep, that's Chase. He's always on the case.
Okay. Okay.
And we went
Oh,
in
I
there.
see another one over
Yeah,
here.
She put him in there. Yep, you're on the cactus.
Okay. Don't take those out, okay?
No, I leave them right there.
I know.
And then we went in my mom's where we can't get in there.
Yeah, that's fine. Went in there.
We went in there and got some candy and stuff. She gets from grandma.
Okay.
And I said, well, I'm going to go back over to the house. She wanted to go back, so I said I'd go back, you know.
Okay.
And I brought her, I literally walked over to here. Like literally walked right to here where I could see the boys and on the kitchen table.
Got him.
And I watched her walk in there. And afterwards, when she was already in there, I walked over and said, Wyatt. And he looked at me and I said, watch Sissy, I'll be right back. And that's when I walked back over to my mom's.
Okay.
And I was fixing her brace and stuff like that. And I said, well, Mom, I got to go back over with the kids. And that's when I come back up into the house
Okay.
with the boys.
Okay. You walked into the house.
Oh Lord.
I walked into here. Get up. I walked in here and them three were sitting right here, bro, with their eyes glued to the TV, like always. And I said, boys, where's your sister at? Well, she just went downstairs, Mom, to play. So
Y'all better not ever say nothing about my place ever again.
Okay.
It's actually down under there.
Oh, down into her
Down into
bedroom.
our bedroom, and then hers is on the other side.
Oh, okay, in the basement.
Yeah, in the basement.
Well, this makes sense now. See?
And then I yelled and I said, Summer, Summer. And she didn't, I listened for a minute. I didn't hear nothing. So I went like this. This is how I always get down here.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you want to come down here or not.
Do I got to be tiny to get in there?
No, you should
Can we come in from the other side?
We can, but it'd make more sense if you went this way.
Okay, I'll follow you. Oh man. Good grief,
No, I know
girl.
if my 6 foot husband can fit down here, you can.
Huh?
My husband's 6 foot. I know if he can fit, you can.
This. Oh my gosh. Way to go.
This is my husband's room.
Okay.
And over here, well, it's a mess again.
That's all right.
But this is where Summer and little Waylon was. Because Waylon's only 9.
Okay.
And they stayed down here. And these are all her toys, all her Paw Patrols,
All her movies. She's got a movie about the
The
Savior.
boys I brought back down here after she went missing because I didn't want them upstairs by themselves.
Okay. And this is all her
Them
toys.
are all her toys. All these toys that are down here are all hers, except for like the trucks and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the game system. That's the boys'.
Okay.
But them are all her toys.
And she's really into Paw Patrol. I see
Yeah,
that.
I've been collecting from day one. And these are all her little ponies that I've bought. And then these are them girls that she likes. Them new fashion, I don't know what they are, little princesses or whatever. She's like all kinds. Here's one of them bracelets.
Oh, that's just one of them. What do they call these? Oh, this is little pony bracelets.
Yeah, I don't know what they were really called, but she liked them, and so I just every time I go to the garage sale, I'd buy her what she wanted.
Okay.
You know, whenever I got a little bit of money, I spend it on the kids.
Yeah, this is her. This is. I understand her now.
Yeah.
Even better. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is really important.
But yeah, I come down and I searched. I looked up underneath the beds under there. We can't really get on. I can't get on there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I looked under there, looked under every blanket I could possibly look under.
Yep.
And then I come over here and I looked on both sides and see underwear. And I don't recall if this was locked or not. I
Okay.
don't recall that.
Okay.
But I know it's hard on. But I know I did come out here and I said, Summer. Because sometimes she'll sit right here and just sit here and play just for, And usually when she comes out and she goes directly that way up to the swing.
Oh, okay, so this is like her.
Yeah, she
where
just
she
walks.
come running out.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, you can see the path here.
Right to the swing.
Right, you can see where she could have run right up to
and this
here.
is all the further she would go. She wouldn't leave.
Okay.
She wouldn't go nowhere else.
Okay. I want to go around this side. What is this blue thing here?
Oh, that was we were putting trash in it,
Okay.
and we did have a trash man at the time, but he stopped running.
Oh, wow.
I gotta wash this.
Okay. I'm going to film around this side. Now walk me through what's this little
Oh, that right there?
little cave thing there.
That's not really a cave. Actually, we built this addition, me and Donnie and the kids.
Oh, okay.
And we left this part open because the dog at the time we did have little puppies. These dogs were little puppies, and we let them go under there. They would run in and out of the bricks over there. There's actually 7 pups up under there now,
Okay.
and it's always been open like that.
For some reason, it's muted.
Well, you can see after you've been here, you can see how mellow the dogs are.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, right?
That's what they do.
And-
Lazy.
They're kind of a Jack Russell. They got a little Jack Russell in
Jack
it.
Russell, yeah. Actually, the gentleman that lives over there in the other trailer across the creek actually has the mama to that dog there.
Mm-hmm. Now, what's this little shed over here?
Oh, that one there?
Yeah,
That's where Donnie keeps all his tools.
got it. Hey, can I go look? No?
You can go look, but it's a mess.
No? Okay. No, it's up. Okay, that's fine.
Nothing in there.
Yeah, no worries. I don't want to get in.
I don't want you to get hurt.
Well, and you know what? I don't want other people to.
I don't let my kids in there either.
Yeah, no
It's
problem.
not a place for.
I totally respect that. That's not an issue. But I think this is interesting because this is, you can really clearly see where she runs on this path down here.
It's not the prettiest house in the world, but
Huh?
I said it's not the most beautiful house in the world.
You know what? It's a house.
It's a
You know what? God forbid, anybody judge you for having a bad house. I mean, it is what it is. At least you're putting food on the table
have
and
you seen the food?
trying to do your best. I saw.
And then Allie says that she bought the food.
And then this is over here. That's where you do your fire for the kids.
That heats the.
Is that an old generator?
Yeah.
Does it work? No, did it at some point?
It worked like over 14, 15 years ago, way before I was here.
Old school bus, you can turn that into a camper?
That was my mom's plan. I literally actually rode in that bus when I was a little kid.
Whenever I see a school bus, I always ask that question.
I did.
Okay, tell me about it.
Me and my mom and Summer and the 2 boys, not Josie, he went north, but Wyatt and Waylon rode up to north to get that from my mom's friend's house. And I drove her truck and she drove the school bus back.
That's awesome. This is rough terrain. Let's go look at the. Tell me about this area over here.
This is just pretty much scrap metal, really.
And do you trade the scrap metal in for cash?
No.
Sometimes, no.
No, it just sits there.
This is Mom's trailer right
Yeah,
here.
this is my mom's camper.
Okay. Okay. And these are the flowers.
Yeah.
With her little buddies. I'm gonna get a good picture of that. Her Paw Patrol. This is so sweet. These are Summer's little toys there. There's one there. Then there's this guy right here. Then this is Casey on the case.
It's Chase.
Okay. I love it.
Got Chase on the case and you got Rebel on the double.
And you have, obviously, somebody made you a cool shirt. I want to show everybody that shirt again. That Mom on Patrol for Summer. Wow. And this is that road down behind the property. Back there you can see. So, Miss Candace, while I'm out here, is there anything that you feel is important that you'd want to tell the world that I haven't asked you, that you want to let them know?
Not really, just hope that everybody that's looking for her, that we can find her and bring her home safely.
Okay.
She was very precious to me.
Okay. And the authorities are working hard on this.
Yes, from what I understand, yes.
Okay. And, you know, we're going to let them do their job.
Yes, sir.
Right?
That's right.
And you're cooperating, obviously.
Yep.
Okay.
100%.
Okay. And now there is a rumor about these polygraph tests. Clear that up.
All right. The first one that I took, and I didn't really take it because they kind of threw me in the back of the squad car, so I was really upset and, you know, just I was crying my eyes out.
Okay.
And so when I got up there to the courthouse, we tried to do it, but I couldn't do it.
Okay.
So we waited a few days, and then I went back and I did it, and I passed it.
Okay.
So that was that.
Okay. And then what about the rumors of this relationship situation with Hunter?
Are you crazy? I got a husband and 4 kids
Okay.
that I love to death.
Okay. Okay.
To me, Hunter was another one of my kids.
Okay.
That's how I felt about any kid.
Now, when I was on the phone with you yesterday briefly,
Yes.
you said he got the story out of order.
Yeah.
Okay. But it sounded like he was kind of telling the truth there.
He was kind of telling the truth, but the way he was telling where we went and how we did it was all twisted up now.
What's different that you want to clear up?
Well, because when we left from the emergency room, we went straight to the smoke shop, and that's when I got the cigarettes and stuff like that there. And then we stopped at the hippie house, and I got those cheap vapes because they're cheap there. And then we went and put my mom's prescription in, and then we went to Warriors, and then we come back to Walgreens, got mom's prescription, went to Sonic, then to Priceless, then to his house.
Okay.
And that's exactly
That's
in
the
that
order. Okay. So he had it different from what you remember.
Right.
Okay. So
Well,
right.
It's not what I remember. It's how it was.
Okay, because you're driving.
That's the truth.
Yeah, you're
I
driving.
was driving. I knew where I was going.
Okay. And what about, he said that he asked you for the tea and that you gave him a tea.
He didn't ask me for nothing.
Okay,
He asked me for a Mountain Dew.
Okay.
I got him a Mountain Dew.
Okay, where did the Orange Crush come from on the seat with Summer?
That was my mom's. She was drinking that and then didn't want no more of it.
And what about the candy on the seat?
That candy's been in there.
Okay, okay. And what about the pillow?
The pillow. What pillow?
Oh, she's sitting on a pillow.
Oh, Mom gets mad because if the kids get in their wet bathing suit and stuff, so I just put the pillow underneath her so Mom wasn't complaining.
Got it. Okay, okay. Good. So there is a time frame here between this trailer and that house within, you said 2 to 10 minutes maybe.
No, 2 to 5.
2 to 5. And then she goes in and now she's gone.
Oh.
What do you think happened?
I don't know.
Where would a suspect have been, in your opinion, in this?
My opinion?
Yeah, in this area.
They could have been sitting anywhere. They could have been sitting over here, just off the little edge right here, or where the bus is, that little bushy area right there. They could have been sitting
Right
there.
out here.
Yeah. And
Okay, come show me. That's all right.
And I just recently found out that there was I guess he's a child molester
Okay.
that lived literally 8 minutes from my house. He can literally walk from his house into my house within 8 minutes.
Okay.
And that bushy area right there, you can't really tell if anybody's crouched down there or anything.
What do the authorities think?
I don't know what they think. I really don't.
Okay. Yeah. I love this swing. This is Summer.
All I gotta say is nobody better not ever say nothing. Anybody say something about how my place look, I'ma fuss you out. See, some people think that all white people are rich. You know the difference that I found out, Snazzy, when I started driving people around. Nasty, dirty people are just that. The only difference between her and somebody in the inner city is that she got land. And she's not maintaining the inside of the home. And you can see she's not maintaining the land. They got all kinds of dugs and everything running all through the house. Wouldn't surprise me if they got crickets and everything up in there. And they talking about they scared because they got coyotes and they don't want to come up in there. How are you scared for? Animals got sense. I understand why the Department of Social Services took the kids. But what I don't understand, how come you lost your daughter? DSS has took your kids. You could at least clean the house up so you can get your boys back. Got done. Fix it up. Clean it up. The yard is a mess. The house is a mess. Yes, the place looks like a dump, but you could fix the inside up and somebody come in there and go, wow, you wouldn't know it looked like this from the outside. They just laying around in filth. It's like that the animals run the show. Snazzy said people are all different, poor to middle class to well off. Yes, they are. For all the people that say only black people get a food stipend, I bet you they get one. Yeah, she wasn't upset that her only girl was gone. She ain't upset that her kids is gone. He asked her, what do the authorities think? I don't care what they think. I think you know what happened to that child. And I think that little girl is either in that shed or in that blue thing or that black thing. What do you think, Snazzy? How could somebody take the girl with all them dogs there, nobody bark? The dogs was barking like crazy. Nobody can't sneak up on them. Not with them dogs barking like that. Nobody can sneak up on them. You can't. Not with them dogs barking like that. How can somebody sneak up there and grab her? The dogs don't say nothing. See, I'm just piecing together the little bit that I know about this case from watching the clips. Snazzy said, I think the red barrel in the yard is suspicious and that shed, BD. I'm telling you, that place would give me the willies. I wouldn't even have wanted to walk in there. That's how bad that place looked. And she had no shame. She had no shame. The mother had shame. The mother locked the door so she couldn't open it. The mother had shame. She had no shame. And Snazzy, and it's 11 people here. Well, it's 8 people here. Because I had a phone on each show, and now so it's 8 people here. This is the part that worries me the most. She says that people are out there looking for her little girl. Why ain't she looking? Why isn't she looking for her little girl? If my little girl, God rest her soul, was alive, I would search every corner of this earth until I found her. She's sitting there smoking a cigarette, talking about, yeah, you know. She knows what happened to that little girl. See, she's not fearful. She's not wondering about her safety. She knows that they have buried that child on their property where nobody will find them, where no Doug would dig them up. And she knows it. And that's the part that's spooky. And she ain't got no shame about that filthy house. I will be so embarrassed. I would just be so embarrassed. What I said might offend some people, and so what? Be offended. That don't make no daggone sense. Somebody living trash like that.
35 different rescue squads from across the region and the United States flooded into Hawkins County this weekend to help search for 5-year-old Summer Wells. You're watching News Channel 11 and ABC Tri-Cities at 11. I'm Kelly Grossfield. Summer disappeared Tuesday night from her home in the Beach Creek community of Hawkins County. Her parents say she went out of a door in their basement and she hasn't been seen since. Crews estimate they've been searching about 2,400 acres since Tuesday night. Tonight marks night 6 of searching for Summer, with daily efforts wrapping up around 8 p.m. each night. But last night, they went far beyond that, with crews working well into the early morning hours. Now, take another look at this photo. This is Summer. She has blonde hair, blue eyes, and stands about 3 feet tall. Bianca Murray spoke with Summer's father again today, a Father's Day spent without his little girl. Bianca, what did he have to say?
Kelly, Father's Day is supposed to be a celebration that families can enjoy. Well, Don Wells, Summer Wells' father, told me he just wants his daughter back. And unfortunately, he told me his wish goes ungranted this evening.
I think it's really tough on all the people out here that are missing Father's Day, and it's making them a little bit edgy, and we're a little bit edgy. My wife is real edgy, and it's getting tougher, I think, for everybody.
Since Summer went missing Tuesday night, Don Wells says the Department of Children's Services has helped their family work through the trauma, but he says Summer's brothers are not doing too well.
They kind of fighting more than usual and stuff, and I got into it first thing this morning, and the team come up running up the hill. They heard screams, and so I've been trying to keep it down.
Summer's siblings aren't the only ones struggling. Her father tells me her mother is also worried about the 5-year-old little girl.
She'd be frantic. I mean, she's having a hard time, and she'll be okay for a little bit, and then she's up and down.
This Father's Day, Wells tells me his worst fear has been realized.
Do you think at this point that she is still alive?
I really don't know. Hopefully, yes. Depending on how bad or what's going on with her. I mean, we hope there's always hope.
He told me that law enforcement is still blocking the entrance to their driveway to unauthorized vehicles in the hopes that Summer returns safely. However, he tells me that it is taking a toll on his family and they hope that she is found safe and soon. Reporting live in the Beach Creek community, Bianca Marais, News Channel 11.
Bianca, thank you. As of this afternoon, TBI has received 137 tips in this case. Officials tell us they're following up on all credible leads. If you have a credible tip or information that could lead to finding Summer Wells, contact the TBI immediately. That information is on your screen.
They're not going to never find that little girl because she's dead already. They're not going to find that little girl. I don't believe. I don't believe. I don't believe somebody just came up there and snatched her. How would they get past the Dougs? And they know that they are being looked at. Why would they not clean that place up? Uh-oh, Snazzy bringing more information. She says the mother and grandmother had weird men hanging around the property. One was arrested for trying to touch the children. Yeah, I'm just hearing this. In order for somebody to snatch the child, it would have to be somebody who the Dougs know. In order for somebody to come on, you saw the man walk on the property. The Dougs came out there and barked at him. It would have to be somebody they know. If you wanted to go there, if you believe that somebody snatched the girl, it would have to be somebody that the Dougs know and they didn't bark. Now, what Nancy just said about them having men coming around and one was arrested for trying to touch the boys. That could be a possibility because the Dougs might know them because they've been allowed on the property. But that sweet little girl who tried to make the best out of what they had. You saw her toys. She tried to make the best out of what they had. But the parents could do better. They shouldn't have anybody living in a dump like that. Even if the outside of the house looks like crap, the inside should not look like crap. I think I could have done better at setting this apartment up today. When they came and knocked on the door, I had just made some oatmeal. And they came and knocked on the door. Now, yesterday, I bleached all the floors. I swept real good, bleached all the floors. Went in each room and made them look the best that I could make them look. And I could have done a better job. But do you know how good it felt when the man said, out of all the buildings, the apartments on my floor were the cleanest. Do you hear what I'm saying, Snazzy? He said the 4 apartments on my floor were the cleanest out of all the buildings that he's seen today. I don't know if we were live, but when I came out in the hallway, he had said it then. Because I came out into the hallway. Did we already start the video? See, a lot of the stuff that they have, it's not what they have, it's how it's positioned. There's a difference between being dirty and being cluttered. There's a difference. There's a difference between being lazy and trifling and trying to look like you got some sense of order. You know? Like if you got the plates, if you got a cabinet for where your plates go, and you got the plates on the counter in different places, instead of washing them and putting them in the cabinet, that's clutter. If you got a plate in the bed, a plate under the bed, a plate in the bathroom, a plate in the dining room, a plate in the kitchen, and it still got the dried up food that you had from the day before that, that's trifling. There's a difference between being nasty and just being cluttered. Things not in their proper place, you know? It's different if you didn't make your bed up that day. But if you didn't make your bed up that day and you can look and you can see food stains and all kinds of stains on the daggone bed, and somebody gonna tell you, hey, have a seat. You're like, what? Not sitting on that. See, that's nasty. There's a difference. If you don't have a lot of room and you don't have a lot of stuff, you got to arrange it so that it looks decent. You have to arrange it so it looks like, okay, it's a lot of stuff in here, but at least it's in order. You can see the person cares. That family don't care. And it's sad. They don't care. They know the place is filthy. They don't care. They know everything. It looks a damn mess. They don't care. But they could do things to make it look better. They just don't care. They don't care to. They don't have the inner drive, the motivation. You know, somebody will say, all the stuff that you put on the bikes makes them look ugly. Some people will say, you really dedicated to your craft because look at what you go through. That's a well-maintained bike. If I had everything on there all which way, and it shows that I don't care. But people see first glance, look at all the stuff he got on his bike. This guy's serious about what he's doing. You should be serious about your house, the inside of your car. I used to drive for a company. It was me and another guy, and it was our job to go pick the patients up. I used to vacuum my car and wipe the seats down and have it nice and smelling. All the customers wanted to ride with me. Why? Because I put effort into the car. The other guy had McDonald's wrappers and stuff, never vacuumed. And the people didn't want it, and it had a smell. The people didn't want to get in this car. They only did because they had to. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. If you don't care for yourself, you can't care for somebody else. You know, say you chopping vegetables and one of them fall on the floor. If you don't bend down there and pick it up, guess what? Sooner or later, an insect will. Sooner or later, a mouse or rat will. Sooner or later, a fly or gnat will be licking on it. You have to care about yourself to make the animals not want to come in your house. The animals go all through their house. They don't lock the doors or nothing. All kinds of openings. I know you out there in the woods. But the fact that the little girl was missing and they can't explain how the child was missing, that's going to bring DFS, Department of Family Services, whatever it's called in your state or city. They're going to come a looking to see what's up with the other children. And they come there and they see that damn mess. You think they're going to leave the kids in there like that? And I'm not saying they bad people. They just got the wrong idea about how you should live. I'm not going to say I couldn't live in that house, but I couldn't live in it like that. Snaz, if you're still here, I'm going to tell you something. And it was a relative of mine that was on, I won't say what she was on, but she was on a drug. I happen to be, I don't want to say this and blow it. I don't know who watching. But let's just say it happens a lot when I have to be around other people. I'll say this. When you say that's your spot over there, or that's your room over there, or even if that's your corner, I go in and start setting up things the way I want it. When I leave and come back and I see other people are gone in there and messed it up and throwing stuff around, I get angry. I'm trying to fix up my little corner, my little nook, as nice as possible. Why would you come mess it up? Why are you destroying my stuff? What are you doing? Oh, we all in here together. You don't take care of your stuff. You don't keep your area clean. Why do you think I want you in my area? Oh, come on, brother, Dad. We all in here share and share alike. How did you taking stuff, eating up my stuff, moving my stuff around, watching my TV while I'm not here, and you don't have a sense to put it back the way it was? See, if you won't do that for somebody else, you definitely can't do it with your own stuff. The fastest way to see how responsible somebody is is to give them something and see how they take care of it. Those of you who are going to be having grandkids coming of age, when you give them something, check back and see 6 months and see, hey, where's that thing I gave you? If they can't tell you where it is, you know now to buy them junk. Don't buy them nothing fancy. It's a lot of older people that have had quilts given down generation by generation. Some people have necklaces or bracelets or earrings that have been given down. My great-great-grandmother used to wear these, then my grandmother wore them. She passed them down to my mother. You got to make sure before you give these things to your children, and some of you don't have children like me, and you pass them on down to your relatives, your nieces and nephews, you got to make sure they're going to take care of it. You can't give them a precious heirloom. You can't. Are they going to take care of it? Are they going to continue it on in the family? Or is it going to wind up lost in their mess? It's in here somewhere. Last time I saw it, it was over here in this pile. But this pile is now over here and that. I'm still in shock by the fact that she has no shame. I will be so embarrassed to have the news crew come out there. I would at least have cleaned the yard up, do something. There's not one place that's there that looks clean. Now, I'm not an outdoors person. I'm not a go in the woods and with the bugs and the mosquitoes and, I'm not that kind of person. I'm a city person, and I admit it. Most people like to go through the grass. I don't. Because if you lay in the grass, it make you itch. You come home and take a shower. I never been one to be in the woods. I'll be honest with you. Even though it's hard and it hurts, I prefer artificial turf than being in the real grass. I'm honest with you. I always prefer artificial turf. I remember when I used to mow the lawns, the people would tell me, you can make more money if you just ran the lawnmower just straight across, you be done. But I grew up liking baseball. And what's great about baseball? The way they cut the grass and it had the designs in it. So I used to always mow the lawns and try to make a design. And the customers like it. Some didn't care. As long as it was cut, they didn't care. But a lot of people appreciated that. People would say you make more money if you just went across, came back, instead of just trying to go and make these designs. I took care and value in my work. And if somebody trusted me with something of theirs, I would treat it better than I treat my own. Can I say it again? If you let me borrow your car, I'm going to take better care of it than you do. If you let me borrow your phone, I'm going to take better care of it than I take care of my own. They say the majority of mechanic cars are in bad shape because they always worrying about making sure somebody else's car is in shape. They say a lot of doctors are in bad shape because they're more concerned about getting their patients in better shape and don't even look after themselves. None of my doctors are out of shape. But I would have a hard time with an out of shape doctor telling me anything. You ain't even taking care of yourself. How you gonna tell me something? And I'm being honest. You ain't even taking care of yourself. How you gonna tell me something? I just can't believe that people live like that. I'm dead serious. I'm having a hard time believing that people actually live like that. It's so discouraging that people actually live like that. And they think it's okay to live like that. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. It really is. It's disgusting. And like I said, if I offended some people tonight, I'm sorry. But God darn it, if your house look like that, something wrong with you. You can say what you want to say. You hear people try to talk about where I live. Even though we only had one room and we had the little kitchen and we had the bathroom. Davey had her own place. Remember what I said about having your own nook? And I showed it to y'all. From the foot of my bed to the kitchen. That was her room. It's only about 5 feet, maybe 5 by 5. But she had her own room. And everything that was there was hers. And it was clean. So we moved here. Instead of her having her own spot, she got her own room. And everything in that room is hers. And everything. Unless she playing with a toy and leaves it out on the floor. That's the only thing that's out of place. I take pride in that. I take pride in it. When the new manager came in and he saw the litter box and he saw the courier and he saw the food in the dish and he said, "Oh, you got a cat?" I said, "Yes." I said, "This is her room." He said, "I see. And I see how nicely maintained it is." Suppose I had her room looking. I was waiting for him to ask about the cardboard box. She likes that cardboard box. You seen her. When I started the video, she was in the box. She goes in there and she stays in there. And she scratches it up. Now she got the scratching post. Y'all know we bought her the scratching post with the canopy in there. When I'm in the bedroom, she'll go on that. But she likes to go in that box. And she scratches it up and plays in there. It's okay. You know why it's okay? She not scratching my bed up. She not scratching the walls and the doors up. That's why landlords don't want people to have pets. She doesn't piss on the floor like I seen some pets do. When the man came in, and like I said, I had the bed made up yesterday, and I was ready for them to come, and I had gave up on them and was get ready to go get something to eat and was get ready to get out of there. Get ready to get out of here and go to the FedEx store. They called me out the blue. I had to run because I had the the shorts and the shirt that I had on yesterday. I had them hanging on the door because I'm in number 8, so I figured I would have heard them. But for some reason, they came to me first. and they caught me off guard. But because they told me they was coming, I wasn't worried. The Bible says, when the master come, don't let him catch you sleeping. So when the apartment manager that represents the new landlord came, he caught me off guard, but he didn't catch me sleeping. I put the shorts and pants on and ran to the door and let them in. And they came in. And I told them, take your pictures. I'm not responsible for anything in here because they didn't fix this place up for me. But just because they didn't have any pride in the place, that don't mean that I can't clean it. And I told them, I said, I cleaned the place. And I told them, I said, the people broke back in here and they tore down the wallpaper. Y'all remember somebody did a video saying that I had piss on the walls. It was a piece of wallpaper that they had put on a cabinet and tore off. They tore off the wallpaper that went around the bathroom. It's still some of it up there. It's just kind of, even with the chair, it's kind of out of reach for me, but I could take it down. But I'm waiting. I'm waiting until I get a first floor apartment. I don't care what building it's in. I hope it's in this one. I just want a first floor apartment. When we get that, then we can start hooking it up. But right now, we made it decent. I wanted a studio. We got the studio. I had to turn back the curtain a little bit to let some of the air conditioning in. See if I move myself, you can see the air conditioner. But you see, this is what you'll see. When I take the air conditioner out, you'll just see black behind me. This place looks nice. It ain't perfect, but I did what I could, and I don't have to be ashamed. But if my place looked like that woman's, I would be so ashamed. I wouldn't even let the landlords in here. They would have had to break in, because I'd be too ashamed. That lady had no shame. And if she got no shame for herself, how can she have shame for her children? If she got no shame for herself, and I know it's probably snakes in there, like Snazzy said, bugs in that house, and those kids are going to school, and they bringing all that to school with them. They bringing all that dirt to school with them. All them bugs to school with them. That's sick. It's sick. Alrighty, y'all. Y'all made the decision, and I'm gonna stand behind it. Y'all said do everything on the Minister channel, so we're not gonna be on the e-bike channel, and we're not gonna be on the Brother Derek e-bike life channel. We're gonna be on the Minister Brother Derek e-bike life, and we're gonna use the channel for everything. If you're not a member, please become one. It's only $1.99 a month. I'm trying to figure out where I can get it for 99 cents. I know we're in a pandemic and some people are struggling, but it would help. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Make sure you ring the bell thingy. And if anybody would like, hit the like button so that your people know about the channel. Maybe they can come over here and chat with you. I wish that everybody came every day. It's nice to have good conversations. We had good conversations today, and I hope y'all come back tomorrow. But Amazon is going to take $7 out of the $20 that was donated today. And if I try to switch it to PayPal is going to take 30% of it. So I might as well just go ahead and let Amazon take that money. You know, if they're going to take it anyway. If they haven't taken it, I might try to transfer over. Let me see. Oops, that's the wrong one. I hit the wrong thing. My bad. I hit the wrong. That's because the other phone's over there on the bike. It's over there on the bike because it's still on the power bank. For those of y'all don't understand what I'm talking about, it's over there on the power bank. Was that sound? Thank you for the $7. Really appreciate it. Uh-oh. We got a copyright claim. Let's see what it's for. We got a copyright claim, y'all. Now, we didn't go over 6 hours, so I can edit it out. Yep. We back from FedEx. Let's look at the news. So what did we get flagged for? Video, copyrighted content, invisible enemy, main 13953, claimed by AdRev for a third party. Now, let me show y'all, if y'all forgot, this is what we do with copyrights. Let me show y'all what we do with copyrights. Are we on the Minister channel? Go to YouTube Studio. This is what you do with copyrights. See right here? There it is right there. We back from FedEx. Let's look at the news. All right. Hit view options. Right? Now, see it says monetization ineligible. Scroll down here. This video that we watched is what we're getting flagged for. Now, I would play it, but then we get flagged for it here. It's not even a minute long. It's not even a minute long, ladies and gentlemen. But let's go right here. We didn't go over 6 hours. See trim out segment? You hit that. Then it brings you down here. Start time 1:39:30 to 1:40:50. It's not even a whole minute. But somebody flagged this. You hit continue. It says ready to trim. This process might take a while. After your video has been trimmed, we'll update any viewing and monetization restrictions. The video remain in its current state until this process is complete. So you hit trim. Now, it normally takes 24 hours to do. So now you trim the video. Okay. Is there another copyright? We got 12 of them. We're going for a long ride today at the podiatrist. I know what this is. Y'all remember when I was standing waiting for that lady and I came from the podiatrist and I was waiting in line. Y'all remember? And I guarantee you, what was that song? Cyndi Lauper. Time after time. Time after time. I bet you that's what we got nailed for. I bet you. I bet you we got nailed for that. Oh, I already fixed it. But that was for time at the time. Let's keep going. Monday Madness, let's hang out. We got flags on that show. Did we go over 6 hours? That's the question. Let me see. No, we didn't. Trim out segment. So 1 teen, 3 men injured, and then we have to come back because 1 year after shooting, family of Jacob. We got flagged for that too. So you see it right there, one family shooting we have to get that tomorrow. So we'll go ahead and take care of this right now. Wait a minute, something ain't right. Something ain't right. Why not let me do it? Something's not right. It won't let me do it. Well, why are we not doing it? I hit trim out segment. Okay, let's exit and go back. So something ain't right. Okay, it's doing it. I don't know why I didn't say trim though. But okay, it's doing it. It says unavailable while video is processing. Okay. So let's back out. Let's hit the next one. All right, unavailable while video is processing. Okay. We can't do nothing about that one. Let's go to number 5. Still Monday Madness. 6. How many we get? This is an old video. Why does he? This is Let's keep going. Let's try this again. Okay, we got that fixed. See, the monetization is on. Let's go to number 9. It's on. Number 10. We went over 6 hours. We can't do nothing about this one. We went over 6 hours. And let's look, I got 6 press select bikes, and we got another one. And that's number 12. So I can't do nothing about them. All righty. That's how you get rid of your copyrights. As long as you keep the video within 6 hours. That's why I stopped. You know, the first live I did, we was on the Minister channel. The first live I did, we was on the Minister channel. And then we came back, I did all 3 channels. And then y'all said y'all just wanted the Minister channel, so we just on the Minister channel now. But I stopped it at 5 hours and 56 minutes. So we didn't go over the 6. We can go in and trim the video. So I think we saw that already. It was 3 hours ago. We've been live all day. Let me see if there's any more news we can hit. Well, yes, Snazzy, I had no problem bringing awareness. Thank you for bringing the stories. You know, that's how we got, our name really. Oh, no, we didn't see this.
We have more breaking news to pass along, this time from West Houston, where a fire has damaged some apartments at a complex there off Richmond, not too far from the Beltway.
Our Michael Laparty's on the scene with a look at the major response from firefighters.
Firefighters showed up to the Ashford at Santa Ana apartments just after 6:30 tonight, but you can see that things have since calmed down here. The building in question is straight down this way to the left, where you can see the flashing lights. When fire crews first arrived, the deputy chief says there was heavy fire coming from the 3rd floor, and it got up into the attic. A second alarm was pulled for the extra manpower.
A second alarm because they had fire coming through the roof and those big apartment complex. To keep it from spreading, we try to get more units over here to keep it under control.
In the end, the deputy chief says one unit was charred and at least 3 others had some damage either from smoke or water. He says none of the residents were hurt. 2 firefighters were evaluated but returned to work soon after. Investigators are now searching for the cause. The fire department says the apartment manager and the Red Cross are now working with the tenants who live back there. Michael Lopardi, KPRC 2 News.
Most of y'all probably don't notice, but y'all people that live down south or in other places, y'all don't realize how much bigger your places are. Almost every apartment that we've looked at today on the news, they've all been nice. They've all had balconies. They've been nice. I'm realizing that in other parts of the country, they actually give you room. You know? A lot of people keep saying you need to move down south. I like the weather here. It's balanced. The weather here is balanced. Yes, we got crime, but the weather here is balanced. And even though I'm in the hood, I'm near the edge of the hood. I'm not saying that violence don't happen, but it doesn't seem to happen as much as if I go a mile down the road. Y'all understand what I'm saying? It doesn't happen as much. Not that it couldn't happen, but, you know, you have to keep Jesus Christ as your shield. You know, we do a lot of things that my doctors probably wouldn't want me to do, like going on trails or like riding all the way across the city and riding back. But I have faith that somehow we're going to make a way. And the fact that we was able to, when we got stranded, even though nobody donated to help me, you did donate the knowledge. Because I would have never called the Uber. I would have never called the Uber. Now I don't hesitate. But back then I thought you was crazy calling the Uber. Because of all the things I heard about the drivers. But we was able to get home with the money that I had on the card. And that was a blessing. Because I just wanted to get their bike back to the house. If there was a chain, remember I told you the teeth on the teeth for the chain were bent when somebody crashed it on a rock or something. But if the teeth on the chain had worked, I might could have walked it back up the hill, or I could have rode downhill until we hit Falls Road, or rode it downhill. No, Falls Road is the last road. I could have rode it downhill. And then I could have put it in the highest gear, and I could have pedaled on the level parts and just got back to where I could have got a cab. I could have got back to where I could have got a cab. But to be honest with you, coming back, except for the two hills, it's mostly downhill, level and downhill. I think I could have pedaled and on the level, and I could have rolled downhill and try to keep the momentum. I think we could have made it home without it. But it was nice being able to ride. And I was in a pretty bad spot. Out there in the middle of nowhere. In the same way that they trying to say somebody came out the woods and tried to grab that little girl, somebody could have came out the woods and tried something. Well, we were well lit. There's no way that somebody could come out there and start something without nobody seeing it. We were well lit. So well lit that nobody even bothered us. We were so well lit that nobody even bothered us. I was worried about nothing. Think about it. I'm out there in that exclusive neighborhood. Not one person came out there and said anything. The people had an electrified, the house we was in front of, that gate was electrified. That gate was electrified. Nobody even came out. You spend that much money to electrify your gate. You got ammunition and guns and stuff in that house. You ain't gonna fool me. If you got the gumption to electrify your fence, they had barbed wire and they had a sign there warning, these gates are electric. Stay out. Not one of them people came out and said, hey, boy, what you doing here? I consider it a blessing. We rode downtown. We was in the water. Somebody could have pushed me in the water and took the bike. Nobody bothered us. We rode through the projects. We actually rode through 2 low-rise projects. Actually, we rode through 3 on that ride. We rode through 3 different low-rise projects. Not one person bothered us. Not one. I'm being serious. Not one person bothered us. As many times as we have had to stop and do something, nobody bothers us. Just let that marinate. But then we come in here and we do the news and we see somebody getting bothered. So you gotta just look at the blessings. It's a blessing to be able to come on here every day. It is. And one day we're gonna get the viewership. And hopefully we don't have to act like a fool to do it. We can just come and be ourselves and people will want to come hang out with us. God has it in his own time. It's in his own time. You know, some of us want it now. You know, we want it now. We want it now. With the pandemic, and now that we found out there might be monkey, smallpox, and I guarantee you before the year, it'll be something else out of China. It's ridiculous. But we just had to keep doing what we're doing. Just hang on every day and everything will work out. what's going on with the government, I think the Republicans are just posturing. Because if they let the government shut down, who gonna vote for them? People gonna get put out of work. People gonna have their stuff cut. Who's gonna vote for them? You know they ain't getting no votes from people that was receiving the food stipend. You know that vote gone. That's gonna make people that never voted come up and say, "Hey, I got to vote." We can't let these people get into the presidency. We sure can't let them take over the Senate. They're gonna make people who never even voted. I don't understand what they're thinking, but all I can say is in God's hands. Tomorrow, I find out the start date because I might have to reschedule the eye doctor appointment. I called that man twice. That man probably gonna cuss me out when I call him. I'm sick of you, sir. But I'll ask him if the Medicare Part A and B is going to pay for the visit, and if not, whatever the start date they give me, we're gonna have to make an appointment after that start date. So we got the vision on deck, and we got the vision on deck, and we got the dentist on deck. We'll find out tomorrow. So we got that in the works. That's in the works. You know, a lot of people tell you what they're gonna do, but you see me doing it. You know, and I gotta say, I'm proud of myself. Being face down on the ground, that was rock bottom. I ain't bought none of my gummies, and I miss them, man. I go for some gummies right now. I ain't bought none of my gummies, no tangerines, no Salisbury steaks. Oh, I miss my Salisbury steaks. I'm gonna go ahead and fry the rest of these chicken legs, and I got a bag of rice, and I got 3 bags of rice in the cabinet. I ain't touched them since I've been in the hospital. They just been sitting up there. Matter of fact, I might not even. I might say I'm gonna say the rice for next week because we still got another whole week to go. So but CL helped me out tonight. So we definitely going to have $20 to spend tomorrow. I'm going to get some oatmeal and some packs of chicken if they have them on sale. I hope they have them on sale for like $4 or $5, and then we can get like 2 of them, and then that's 4 meals, so they'll cover 4 days. And if I break it down and have 3 instead of 4, I might could stretch it even further. How many times 3 go into 20? Because normally they have 10. Sometimes it's 8, but sometimes they have 10. If I can find 2 10-packs and I break them down into 3 goes into 10 8 times. So that's 8 meals. So I might get 2 packs of chicken. I might get a thing of oatmeal. We got that can of oatmeal because it was cheaper, but I prefer the grits. But you can't get a big can of grits. I don't understand that. So what I've been doing is I've been mixing them. I've been putting, the oatmeal in first, right? And then I've been putting the grits. Then I add the water. I stir them up real good. And then I put it on the pot. And then I keep coming back and stirring it. That's how I got caught. I was actually stirring the pot when it was almost ready, and I was just about to take it out and pour it out. I had to hurry up and pour it in a bowl. Yeah, they caught me off guard today, but I was ready. That's the difference. I was ready. And they couldn't say not one thing. That's the best part. And when they came in the kitchen, I told them, I said, look at these walls. That's how they was when I came here. You cannot blame me. I tried to clean them best I could, but you can't blame me for these walls. So is y'all gonna paint them? I said, I really don't care whether you're painting or not. What I want you to do is finish the agreement that I had with the last landlord that I get the first apartment that comes available downstairs. Then you can come up here and fix it up for the next tenant. But I'll stay here in this condition until then. I will stay here until you get that apartment downstairs ready. If I get it, I'll wait for you to fix it up. And then you can take your pictures. And then when I leave, then you can say, hey, you did this. Hey, you did that. I'm considering myself lucky that even though they had 100 cans in the closet, some of them soda cans, some of them beer cans, they had packets of the blunts like Vic the Moon. So they were weed smokers. But except for them getting mad and tearing down the wallpaper in the bathroom and pulling the towels up off the floor, it was only like 6 of them left because they had like 100 of them in the bathtub. I don't know if they had them on the walls too, but they had like 100 of them in the bathtub, and I was pulling them up off the ground, and on their baquet says, "Don't, they might be covering the leak." But this is what I'm talking about when I say don't put your money into a place if you're not going to plan on staying there. Why would you tile a whole bathroom knowing that you don't pay your rent? Why would you spend money fixing up their bathroom and then you go in there and get mad and tear the tiles up and then don't even take them? You throw them in the bathtub. What was that supposed to say? I'm going to throw them in the bathtub. What did that do? I bagged them tiles up, and it was really hard because the tub needs to be what do you call it? The bathroom tub need to be glazed. That's that glaze, so that the paint don't chip. And the landlord went into Ace Hardware and got a bottle, and he tried to spray some kind of compound down there, and he said, "Don't use the bathroom for 2 days." So I waited 2 days, and I set the mat in there and set the tub down, and parts of paint started coming up. The washing machine hadn't even touched down. I said, man, and I took a bath, and I still got white paint on me in areas that I can't see. I'm dead serious. But all right, ain't nobody saying anything. It says a lot of y'all here though. But all right, y'all. Let me get out of here. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'll give y'all updates, and we're gonna ride up to the market. Thanks to everybody that watched. Thanks to the person that donated. And it's 1:24 in the morning. My neighbor's gonna kick me in the butt. Y'all have a great night. Peace, everybody, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Tomorrow, same time, same channel. We exclusively on the Minister channel now. We exclusively on the Minister Brother Derek e-bike channel. Exclusively. We are exclusively. So, y'all have a great night. Tomorrow's Friday, and then Saturday, we got the sermon. So we'll go to the market tomorrow, and then we'll do the sermon on Saturday. The phone is still over there on the bike on the power bank. So I don't know if the seller responded yet, but I sent him the tracking number and pictures of me sending that controller to the customer. Their customer, not mine. But I did send them the proof. I wonder what he got to say. And this weekend, we're going to box these two bikes up. But he got a problem. He can't send nobody Monday. He can't send nobody Tuesday. We got back-to-back doctor appointments. We got heart stress tests, part 1 and part 2. They say you can get it all done. It take 3 hours. Matter of fact, I might ask them Monday, hey, you want to go ahead and do the other part and get it over with? We'll see. But except for the 12 noon start time, that's the only part. I don't mind going 2 days in a row because I know the easy way to go in now. And we ain't got to walk the bike through the hospital. You can go in and go right to the elevator and go right upstairs. You gotta love it. So, and you know what? When I was in the hospital, when I came out the doctor's office and I kept saying that I seen the woman's name, you know what? I saw the woman's name at the other hospital. What would y'all say if I told y'all that? I saw the woman. I did see the woman's name. It was at the other hospital. So, all right, y'all. I'm going to let y'all out of here. Let y'all go. Y'all have a great and positive day. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Hope y'all come to the market with me. Keep me company. We're going to go for a ride. I'm going to go over there and charge Marsha up. I'm going to go charge the power banks. And I don't know why, but that power bank, the phones drain it. I might need to switch them. They're supposed to be 10,000 milliamp. I don't understand why the phones. I got 2 phones on one. What I might have to start doing is bringing back the 20,000 milliamp one. It's heavy and it's big, but I might have to start bringing that one back because that one don't run out of energy. It's 20,000 milliamp. The other ones we got a 10,000. That's 20,000. So maybe we need to. I really didn't want to have that weight on the bike, but maybe we have to. If the phones are eating through the 10,000, the Pixel 3A and the Samsung S8, they seem to kill the battery. I mean, the power bank. I don't know if they gave me a fake power bank, or don't know if we got an old fakey fake. I don't know, but I might go ahead and put the big boy back on there, and the bike just gonna have to deal with the extra weight. That's all. Just gonna have to deal with it because it is heavier. So that thing is like 3 pounds. Y'all would say that's not a lot. Well, yes, it is. Grab something that's 3 pounds and carry it around all day. At some point, you're going to get tired of carrying it and you're going to want to sit it down. So alrighty, y'all have a great and prosperous day tomorrow. I'll be on probably around 11 or 12. Around that time, we're going to go head up to the market. Maybe ride around a little bit. So have a great night, y'all, and we are out. Thanks for watching. Thanks to everybody that helped the platform out. And have a great evening. As Nia would say, see you soon. As I say, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace, everybody. We out. Thank you, CL, once again.